Welcome to another episode of Tutorial Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how I make a cute little graduation cap. You can even upscale it and make it perfect for any decor piece. For this design you're going to need 6 balloons. Alright, first start with one 260 black for the square part of the cap. We have to twist this into 16 bubbles and we're going to arrange it in this flat looking waffle shape. When you're making a bubble chain, make your bubbles all the same size. And your first bubble, you want to hold it right here in your pinky, so then it frees up your pinching fingers and you can keep making bubbles along the balloon. So let's make 16 of them. It's very important that when you're twisting each bubble, you want to twist it around extra, like 5 times, so you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now let's make 16 of them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. Once you have all 16, you can keep twisting them and make each one of those twists tighter. We're going to take the last twist and tie it into the knot. When you're tying it, make sure that knot and nozzle go through the center and then back around and then tie another knot so it stays connected. Okay, now that we have our circle of bubbles, I'm going to show you how to twist it into a square. You're going to find the center, the knot and nozzle, and you're going to make 1 bubble on one side and 3 bubbles on the other side, and you're going to twist those 4 together. And you want to keep doing that over and over. So you're going to get 1 bubble on one side, 3 bubbles on the other side, and squeeze and twist those 4 together. And then you're going to do the same thing. 1 bubble on one side, 3 bubbles on the other side, twist those together, and now you have a square. Then take the remainder and the nozzle on this side, pull it through, and wrap that in. You don't have to tie a knot, just wrap it in tight enough. And now we have the square for our cap. Next, make the center, the tassel part right here that comes out with the tassel. Grab a 260 and you're gonna tulip twist it into your second black 260. And you're gonna grab the knot and then pull your finger out and hold that knot in place. And then you're gonna twist it so that knot is on the other side. It's on this side. Okay, now go down the balloon a little bit and you're gonna break it or cut it right here with a cutter or some scissors or something. There we go. And then grab this scrap and then wrap it around this knot a few times and then tie a knot around it. Now we have something like this. Take this scrap and push it against the nozzle, and it takes a little bit of finger strength, but you're going to push it into the 5-inch all the way through and grab those knots and nozzles and make a really flat tulip twist here with the 5-inch. You're going to grab the scrap from your second 260, your black 260, and wrap that around the knot a few times and then tie a knot with this scrap. Now we have this. So now we're going to pull this tulip twist that we made with the 260 through the center of our cap and just force it through the middle there. And now we want to flatten everything out and lay everything out like that. All right, now we have the tassel here. It's a little too long, but I'm going to show you add these little bits right here for the tassel. What I like to do is take a 160 and I'll cut it in half, and then I'll cut off the tip of the balloon and the nozzle. So now I have 2 long little bits like this, and then what we'll do is tie these to the tassel. However long you want to make it, I'm going to make it about right here. So now I'm going to wrap the 260 around those 2 bits of 160 and tie a knot. Pull it tight, just like that. And as you can see, doesn't quite look like a tassel, like all these pieces aren't pointing down. So what we want to do is take the rest of this scrap of 260 and tie another knot a little bit lower and wrap around. I like to hold it like this and then pull this 260 through and cinch this knot lower like that. So now it's cinched, pulled lower. So now all the scraps are pointing down or as best as they can. That looks good. And then we're going to cut off and trim the edge. And then if not all of your bits of tassel are the same size or close, you can trim those again. So like that, now we have a tassel. It came out all right. And now attach it on a headband. What I like to do is take those 2 bits like this and tie a little loop with it. So tie a double knot again, tie a little loop. So that loop there is pretty tight, which is good because we want it to go around the headband. I take this loop like this and push the headband through, and now we have that cap sitting there nicely like that on the side. Take your 160, wrap it around, and make it a little bit bigger than you think it needs to be. And what I like to do is choose the size and then tie a knot separate so it's not next to it, and then tie that knot together to make a loop like this. Break off that end, and then we're going to feed it through the headband part. And then we can take this 160 and push it up over that tulip twisted 5-inch. So now it looks nice like that. So there is our graduation cap. Hope you get to use the graduation cap in your upcoming events. If you want to upscale it and make a big graduation cap for your decor or a centerpiece. Last but not least, this is pretty much the same design, but instead of doing 16 bubbles, I used two 360s and I did 36 bubbles, and I made 9 squares of 4. So it's the same idea where it makes 9 squares of 4 instead of 4 squares of 4. And then I just put the graduation cap in the middle. So that's how you upscale it to a bigger size. Thanks for watching this episode of Tutorial Tuesday, and happy graduation to anyone out there graduating this year.